Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today on Driving with Top Hat, we would like to talk about the absolutely embarrassing news about the Ford GT. It turns out that the Ford GT is an absolute piece of crap, and everybody that had all these high hopes for it have been totally disappointed. And if I had put my $450,000 on the line to buy it, I would probably be canceling right now because it's so freaking embarrassing. But actually, I am absolutely speechless at what that Ford GT is doing. It's 600 horse, which isn't that special. It's $450,000, which is excessive as can be. And it is an EcoBoost motor. I do not think that car was built with fuel economy in mind. That being said, it's an EcoBoost motor. If they had have put a twin-turboed V6 and not called it an EcoBoost motor and gotten 10 miles per gallon, it would have been completely cool. But when they announced the car, they defended the motor choice by it being an EcoBoost motor that gets awful fuel economy. What is it, like 11 in the city, 18 on the highway? This car here is getting 22 in the city and 30 on the highway with a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8. And she's hungry. I just don't get it. The new Corvette, my dad's got the Stingray with the same LT1 engine with the 7-speed manual transmission. 42 miles per gallon is his best. Doing like, what was he doing? 68 miles per hour. Out on the highway, put it in 7th gear, and that was in sport mode. That was not in eco mode. He has never turned that car into eco mode. So it's like all these modern cars with primitive technology doing the same thing they've done forever are doing better than a brand new EcoBoost. Don't call it EcoBoost and then get god-awful fuel economy. I don't understand that. Just call it a twin-turbo V6, and nobody would care. You emphasize it's EcoBoost. You put it all over the motor. You put it all over the car. It's in the brochures. It's on the websites. It's on everything. EcoBoost motor, and it gets worse fuel economy than the supercharged V10 that the old one came with. I think I have to dub Ford one of the dumbest automotive companies in the world right now. They screw over all the Ford fanboys by only giving allocations to the new car to social media empires and all these huge YouTubers and all these guys, and all the guys that actually care about the car, want the car, own the old cars, don't get nothing, and then they come out later and go, oh, well, we'll do a second run. It's like, well, you owe your customers that. I mean, what's 1,000 cars? They make it so exclusive they can put a $400,000 price tag on it. And then they come out and it's not even an efficient car. I would think, because to me fuel efficiency comes down to a few things. It comes down to aerodynamics. It comes down to the weight of the car. The car is supposed to be super light and extremely aerodynamic. My Camaro is mediocrely light. It's like 3,700 pounds. I've got 200 pounds in the trunk. I've got probably another, let's say 200 pounds between me and all of the stuff I have in the car, and then all that, and the aerodynamics of a barn. Like, this car is not aerodynamic at all. The reason I'm getting 30 miles per gallon on the highway and the new Corvette is getting 42 miles per gallon on the highway is weight and aerodynamics. It's the same motor. And my car's doing that in 8th gear with half the motor shut off. The Corvette's doing that in sport mode in 7th gear with the RPMs at like 1,100. But it's so aerodynamic that there's no wind. And the Ford GT is hands down better in every category than a Corvette. There's zero arguments from that. Ford did a much better job, but it's a $400,000 car. All this tells me is that if and when GM comes out with a mid-engine supercar, it's not going to be better. It's going to be worlds better. it's not going to be so exclusive nobody can afford it or nobody can get it. It's not going to be all this hype and all this promise with no deliver. It's going to be a V8. It's going to have tons of horsepower. It's going to be efficient. It's going to be comfortable. It's going to be affordable. It's going to have everything, just like my Camaro has, but in a different platform. So, Ford, you suck. Very disappointed. And I don't usually say that strong of word and opinion, but in this case, it's just, don't promise something, don't boast about it, and don't defend it and then not deliver it. Like, that car should be 50 miles per gallon minimum on the highway. You've still got a pretty big V6 pushing a nothing car. Like, that car should be just, off going down the road. I can drive my Camaro below 1500 RPMs at all times and get great fuel economy. I can average 24, 25 miles per gallon pretty easily in town driving like this, if I drive like a normal human being. I haven't done it yet, but I mean, it's pretty hard to drive like a normal human being when you want to hear your exhaust rev up. Like this. Oh, sorry ATS. I know you got your 2-liter turbo, but I had to show you what their throttle felt like. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Ford just has no communication in their marketing versus their performance versus their production departments? It's like, somebody's like, I got a really good idea, and then it just ended right there. They followed through with it, and it never promised what it was supposed to. It's like they couldn't compete in the class that the Ford GT won, so they just put the car in a different class. They put a V6 in it with turbos and called it Eco so that they didn't have to race the big boys. And I know those are fighting words, but I'm a little bit baffled at how bad they did at that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Until next time, take care.